Thank you so much for being here for a brand new episode of the Maria Bruemmer Show. I am super excited to be here for this episode of the Maria Bruemmer Show. I have a very special guest. His name is Rajh Kirch. Rajh is a longtime friend of mine. We go way back to our early college days, and he has been able to achieve some amazing things in his lifetime. Rajh is a 40 under 40 winner of the Long Beach Post. He has 4 music albums you can find on SoundCloud, Spotify, and YouTube. His most recent single is called Emojis, and it's available on Spotify and iTunes. And you can find him performing comedy at the Comedy Store in Hollywood, Work to Evolution Laboratories in Long Beach, and any other comedy club in the San Diego area. He even has some amazing skills in the culinary arts world, and he's cooked meals for Chef Bobby Flay and some other top network stars as well. So hold on to your seats because we have an amazing show prepared for you today, and I'm super excited to have Rajh on the show. So it's going to be straight fire, and without further ado, I'd really like to get him on the show. But don't forget, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. It really helps the channel grow. And remember, if you are looking to start up a business, invest in business, or achieve your dreams and need some working capital, check out that description box below and set up a free consultation with me, and I'll give you a call. Without further ado, I'm super excited. Let's go ahead and get started, and I'm going to go ahead and get Rajh on the line. One second. Here we go.
Hello.
Hey, Rajh, thank you so much for being on the Maria Bruemmer Show today. Took a little bit to get...
What's up, Maria?
Hey! Long time no chat, dude. Every time I get on the phone with you, it's like we haven't missed a beat. I'm super excited to have you on my show today. I personally am so honored to be able to finally be in a position where I can help you elevate your business. And God only knows what it'll do for the Maria Bruemmer Show, which, I appreciate the support. But I gave you an amazing shout out to my viewers here today, and I'm super excited to have you on the show. And I've got some amazing questions prepared. So if you'd like, let's go ahead and get started.
I am super honored, and we go back a long way, and I love to see my friends win.
That's amazing.
So I'm here for you, so go ahead and
likewise. I mean, our early college days, that's pretty far back. Like, I'm sure we have some crazy stories, but we're gonna keep it clean today.
You're making me feel old over here.
I too, I share the same feeling, trust me. Time flies when you're busy working.
I'm old enough to know better.
Right, exactly. So definitely.
Let's do it though. Yeah. How's Chicago? How's everything?
Oh, I love Chicago. Chicago is definitely where dreams are born. It takes true grit and a lot of passion, but if you can't make it in Chicago, you can't make it anywhere. So, but
yeah. Yeah, dude. Awesome.
Weather's crazy, but thank you.
And you're a San Diego native.
I actually am not. Brooklyn. I was born in Brooklyn. You know that. Yeah, absolutely. What? Originally Brooklyn, but then I went to the Bay Area, and then from the Bay Area, San Diego. And when I was in San Diego, that's where I went to, Grossmont College, and had the lovely pleasure to meet you. I met you when I'm just like, oh, shoot, look at that guy over there. He's breakdancing. Like, oh, my goodness, you had some moves. I was I couldn't help but start and stop and stare. I mean.
I'm just kidding. No, you know what? Well, on the topic of breakdancing, San Diego culture, I mean, this is where Jabberwockies came from. This is, I don't think I would be ever put out any records or even gotten into music where I met you if it wasn't for breakdancing and like hip hop culture. So yeah, definitely San Diego. If you guys want to see some real cool like graffiti, breakdancing, DJing,
SoCal, yep.
MCing, yeah, just it's all out here. LA, San Diego. But yeah, go ahead.
Definitely. Yeah. So first off, I want to get. I mean, you and I can talk Gab forever, but I want to give my viewers the opportunity to get to know you a little bit better, because it really is an honor and a pleasure to have you in my life. You're just one of my most inspiring friends. So definitely tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got started. Please mention how we met, which we already did. I mean, just tell us a little bit more about your journey, because I did give you a lovely intro and went over all that other stuff. But why don't you just tell us about your journey, how you got started, and how you ended up where you are today? Because the list of amazing things that I rattled off, they're true, they're awesome, and you have quite the journey, my friend.
Thank you so much. That's like super kind of you, and I appreciate it, because sometimes I forget. It's definitely been a long journey, and I'm lucky to be alive. And I guess, well, I'm like, I consider myself a businessman and an artist. I have put out like 4 or 5 records on my own independently. I've played places like the Viper Room, the Whiskey a Go-Go in Hollywood. I had my own TV show in Long Beach Public Broadcasting, and I was kind of inspired by Wayne's World, and I interviewed famous DJs and designers, and then I told my friend, I said, hey, well, if we're going to put out a mixtape, let's just like get certified through public broadcasting, and we'll put out a music video every episode, just like Wayne's World.
Yeah,
I did my own EDM hip hop version of Wayne's World.
I remember that. You also had a clothing line back then too, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a clothing line called Sandbox Social Club. I started it when my son was born. He's 12 now, but I was really inspired by children's wear, and I would just submerge myself in fashion. I'm a high school dropout. I dropped out when I was a junior, and I went to San Diego Academy in Encinitas, and I got into FIDM on my own. I went to FIDM, and all I cared about was rap music, and I got my first retail job in Horton Plaza, and I worked my way up the retail chain. I did windows for Levi's. I worked for BCBG. I've interned for Plan B skateboards for Stussy.
Oh, wow.
Let me keep going. I mean, I'm really good at name dropping.
Please do. No, please do. It's so amazing.
I've made clothes for The Far Side, for Taz Arnold, who's a Grammy-winning producer for Kendrick Lamar. I have my own retail store, and I for like 15 years. I just wanted to have a brick and mortar, and I bought my own machines, and I had a sewer that worked with me, pattern makers. I ended up working for a factory that makes all the U.S. Postal Service. I closed for Disneyland, all types of things. And then I almost got signed by the guy that signed like Dr. Dre, basically the guy that started Priority Records. I almost got signed. They were starting a new label. Yeah, and it didn't work out, and that's when I had like kind of like a baby midlife crisis, and I moved back to my hometown, San Diego. And I reevaluated my life and my child and where I was living. I wanted a better environment for my child and for myself. And I went to culinary school. I became a certified, culinary. I got my culinary degree through the state of California.
That's amazing. And you cooked meals for Bobby Flay and other top network stars as well, right?
Yeah, I've worked with some cool people, and I've worked at some of the biggest restaurants in San Diego, from like serving, and I'm bartending now. I mean, I feel like we have to have multiple hustles in this kind of environment that we live in. So yeah, I mean, you'll catch me doing comedy shows to bartending to flipping things on the internet. I'm just
you're a well-rounded entrepreneur and artist that just is driven by passion and his will to achieve his dreams. And on the Maria Bruemmer Show, we love having people like that on our show that can actually show the average person that if we can do it, so can they. To inspire, to educate, to teach, to give them the resources to get started if they want, because I do lending, and I raise capital for entrepreneurs, business owners, real estate investors, and and all kinds of things. So, where there's a will, there's a way. And the Maria Bruemmer Show is here to show you, the average person, that if you have enough passion and drive behind your dreams, and you have a why that's big enough, and you have a goal, and you just go after it like nobody else's business, there are going to be places where you can get resources to make sure that your dream happens. But it's going to ultimately start with you. And I love having people like Rajh on the show that can show you. I mean, even I was a horrible student. I got C's and D's. Rajh didn't even finish, but we were literally of the mindset where school is not really what we are meant to do with our lives, because I mean, it's although it's teaching us how to be a good employee, we want to be the ones that create the jobs out there. And so yeah.
The best way, now that you mentioned that, one thing I was thinking about college when we met was I learned how to, Pro Tools was just coming out. Like, I learned how to use a computer, and I learned how to record. I met some great people there. My friend Alan Goodman. And long story short, I mean, I did just enough. Same thing. I didn't graduate, but I took a Greyhound to Long Beach, and I pressed 3,000 copies on my own, and I finished my record, my first record. Actually, it's my second record. My first record was just a mixtape that I made on my grandma's computer, and I used to sell it at the skate parks out here, and I made T-shirts. And
I remember you gave me a copy of your first CD. I still have it. Like, this is true grassroots out here, my friends. It really is.
If you go on Walmart, if you go on Walmart.com right now, my CD is sold out, and there's no copies left. So I really hope that, like, I only pressed like 5,000, 10,000. And I just hope that one day it could be like some sort of comic book or something to somebody. Well, so yeah, save that CD. I really appreciate that. That's so great. I
mean, and now that I have you on the Maria Bruemmer Show, I'm so happy and honored to be able to help you elevate everything that you're doing, because you're a true inspiration to any entrepreneur and anybody that just wants to be able to make their dreams happen and live life on their terms, So it's amazing. And yeah, no worries. So I know you're in comedy, and I know I told you to come prepared, and I saw some of the stuff that you're doing on your Facebook, and it's hilarious. So I hope you have some good samples for us, because I was hoping to give my viewers.
What should we talk about?
I don't know. So, like, do you have a couple of jokes prepared? I mean, your Titanic stuff was pretty funny. I laughed so hard when I saw that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the funniest part is that I'm just turned 40, and I've never seen Titanic in my whole life.
That's pretty bad.
And I was supposed to watch Predator, and I said, dude, I need to get this over with. Let's watch Titanic.
Just rip it off like a Band-Aid.
And, I'm not big. Like, once the movie becomes so big, I don't want to see it anymore. But, I mean, one thing for sure is, like I said, if the boat actually made it, what if the boat actually made it? And then she has those pictures, those naked photos. I think that's the first 1912 revenge porn that ever came out. It's like he's like drawing pictures. And then two, it's like, what's she going to do? Show her other boyfriend? He's like, these are beautiful. Who drew these for you? Oh, just this poor guy named Jack I met on a giant boat, I don't know. Yeah. We said we're not going to talk about politics. I don't know, man. What do you give me? What else?
I mean, yeah, you could, but we want to make sure we keep as many viewers as we can. I feel like that's a really touchy subject.
Okay, so I love politics. I feel like politics are like a novella that's just happening.
I mean, everybody jokes about it. Just right? So let's give you the floor. Let's see what you got. I'm gonna be brave. I'm gonna trust you.
I'm gonna throw it out there. Here, I feel like the only difference between this president that we have right now and the last one, and we're not gonna mention it, is like one falls up the stairs and the other one falls down them.
Exactly. That is pretty funny.
See? Yeah. I didn't pick a side.
Right. That is hilarious, though, and very true.
My name's Rajh, and I'm actually 0% Indian. I'm not. Everyone always thinks like, hey, do you know what I feel like to be culturally appropriated your whole life, like since birth?
Yeah.
And I have none of the good qualities. Like, I have 1-2 jobs at the most. Like, I am worst work ethic in the world.
So which of your parents is responsible for naming you Rajh?
my dad had a friend named Raj when I was a kid, or no, when he was a kid, and he said he just always wanted to name his son Raj again.
That's funny.
Yeah, how'd you get your name, Maria?
Well, that's an interesting story. I'm glad you asked that. So I very, very easily, had my dad won the argument, I would have been Abilene. However,
Abilene?
yeah, dude.
Is that like a shell you find on the beach?
No, it's like the oldest, most country white woman's name from like way.
Abilene.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
it's so ancient. Like it would be like
you're born on a horse.
Yeah, something like that. Anyways, so my mom's actually, no, we're not going to name her that. Plus, you got to name our son, and here's what we're going to do, because my mom was already scheming. So my cousin, I think it was, my aunt was about to have my cousin, and she had 4 boys, and she was really hoping that this one was going to be a girl. And all signs.
Abilene? Where did Abilene come from, though? Was it like a grandma you had or something?
No, it's just like my dad liked the name, and my mom's
did your dad like folk music? Was he like a big where did that name Abilene?
Yeah, so he was into like 70s rock and things like that, but he also I don't know, something about the name he really liked. I don't really know. I wasn't a part of that argument. I came out, but all I know is that the argument was made and my dad lost, thank God. and so my mom had this, I guess I had an aunt in Argentina, and she was hoping to have a girl, and all signs were pointing to that she was going to have a girl, right? And so she had picked out the perfect name. She'd always want to name her daughter this. It was Maria Soul. It's a 2-worded name. You say the middle name with the first, and it's, she really loved it. And she was telling me,
I thought that was just your nickname the whole time, the Soul part. I didn't know that was actually part of your name.
It's actually my middle name. I use it as a business handle because it stands out. And so my mom's like, oh, I love that name. And so my aunt ended up having the baby, and it turned out to be a boy. And, 6 months later, I was born, so my mom named me that. And then the next time my aunt had a kid, it turned out to be a girl, and she couldn't use the name.
Boom. That's great. See, that's one, like if you're editing your podcast right now, bam, one section, name. Most people just call me asshole. Oh, can I say that? Can you please say that?
I'm going to have to bleep that out. You make me edit my video. Nah, that's cool. So I just definitely am so excited that you're here, Raj. My goodness, this is way overdue. So you have been able to achieve so much, more than most, and you yet keep going, and you're driven by passion. You have never-ending goals and dreams. But I have to ask, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Because you've got nowhere but up to go.
I like that. I'm going to keep you around more, Maria. I like that and positive encouragement. The next 5 years, I really, let's be real, living in California is extremely hard, but I see myself pursuing comedy. Mm-hmm. I think I have a little bit more music left in me. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm always going to play music. Music is like therapy to me, mm-hmm. and it's something that I can go to when no one is there, and not even myself. Like when I need a release, mm-hmm. It's like eating dinner and praying together, mm-hmm. So I definitely see more music in my future. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's really rap music. I mean, I love playing piano, and I have play trumpet. Mm-hmm. I love play some music. I want to have more children. Mm-hmm. that's a personal one.
Definitely, but that's good. You got to leave a legacy.
We haven't really got to talk about that, but I just I love being a father. Mm-hmm. I love.
It suits you. It really does.
It takes, you don't think about yourself. You have to think about this other creature that did not choose to be here. Mm-hmm. And I think it's very important that we think about the kids, and it's such a trip. Like, listening to rap music now, and like watching my son listening to rap music now, and it's like
And the rap
rap music
music
is
that we used to listen to when we were young, and how much it's changed.
yeah, and so it's a very reflective thing. It's a very what's the word, selfless. You know, like if you really want to do it right, you have to be selfless. You have to think about your children. And I also feel like that's my legacy, and I think that it's a great gift and a blessing, and that we need to really take care of these kids and inspire them, because you've had mentors and I've had mentors, and I mean, some of my greatest mentors were guys that I interned for.
Yeah.
And I really looked up to them like father figures. My sixth grade acting teacher in my performing arts school was like a father to me. And so my stepdad's like a famous lawyer and a criminal defense attorney. And like, just they're just people that aren't your real parents, but they freaking inspire you. Yeah. And they just are great examples. And I just hope that I can be the best example of happiness and success. And I'm definitely not a perfect person, but I'm just trying to age. It sounds cliche, but I'm trying to age like a fine wine.
That's good. Yeah, no, it's not about like you got to leave your past in your past. We all have done stupid things and when we were young, but if you can constantly be improving yourself and just take it day by day and just say, you know what, I'm not perfect, but I want to be better than I was yesterday, and just do everything possible to be able to do that. Take care of your community, inspire our kids, because they're always working. They're always watching us. And, when they start working on their lives, they want to be inspired by something that's actually beneficial to them. So that's really, really, really motivating, Raj. And I love kids. I mean, kids are awesome, but it is crazy to think about how much life has changed from when we were young to what kids have today. It's funny. I was watching this TikTok not too long ago, and there was this guy that his daughter is like, I don't know, she's got to be your son's age, 12 or 13. And he walks in there and he goes, hey, real quick, how long would it take you to go on a bear share and burn a CD? And then she's like, you want me to, you want me to burn a CD? Why would I do that? Like, no. How just go on a bear share, and how long do you think it would take you to go on a bear share and burn me a CD? And then she's just looking at him like a deer in headlights, and she's just like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like,
I told my son to go on Napster, and he's like in his bed, like with the lights off, and I'm like, no, dude, you got this all wrong.
Ask Jeeves. Remember? Ask Jeeves.
Yeah. How about the CDs that we used to have to like you had to like,
yeah, like kids have no clue like what we had to do, right? Like they just have everything. Oh, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, yay. But I mean, like they have no idea what a mixtape is.
Maria, Maria, my son will never have to call a girl's house that he likes and worry about her big brother picking up. And
or heaven forbid her dad, right?
Yeah.
For real. Oh, man, we can't let our kids get soft. It's not right. I know, right? Little hippies.
Yeah. All these pronouns and stuff too, I'm all for it, but now I just feel sexist and illiterate. Like, I don't know.
Use it in your comedy. You're welcome.
I'm currently doing.
Awesome. Well, I have another question for you because, and it goes kind of along with the first. I loved your answer, by the way. What is your dream goal? Like, where do you want to end up? Like, what do you aspire for in life and business? And what is truly driving your passion?
When you asked me in the beginning of the interview what I do, I wanted to mention that like I'm a human being, and I think that we can get really caught up in labels and I'm a comedian, I'm a rapper, I'm a designer, I'm like, even if I say I'm a father, it's like those are things that we do. They're actions. And you're not going to go anywhere without moving your feet, right? How are you going to get to where you're going to go? So I constantly try to stay grounded and just think like I'm a human being. So the answer is I want to be enlightened,
Oh, that's
and
beautiful. I love it.
I want to make sure that I leave a little something behind. But one thing to remember with that's a really tricky subject because we can go our whole lives like, oh, I just have to leave something behind. But look at Citizen Kane. Look at Rosebud. You
Mm-hmm.
know, all he wanted, that sled, right? It was a
Mm-hmm.
sled, and it's the little things. And we can get so caught up in not appreciating the little things, chasing these giant dreams. So
Mm-hmm.
dreams are like a touchy subject, not, I love talking about it, but I
Mm-hmm.
mean, my whole life I dreamt and I really, you don't stop and smell the roses sometimes.
Yeah, it's about
And
living
I
in the
think those are
moment.
the priceless, yeah, those are the priceless, amazing things. Like you can be working your whole life and your children you're not there with your kids, and then how many of us have been through that or have seen that or gone through that?
Mm-hmm.
So, I think it's a balance.
Yeah.
And where I want my dream, I guess, is to, what are they going to, I mean, I'm
What?
sure they're going to have a lot to say about me, but, I have a lot of friends. I have a friend named Mikey Owens.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't like a great friend, but I was close to him, and he was in the Long Beach music scene, and he died on tour with Jack White
Oh
from the White
wow.
Stripes,
Oh wow.
and he was in the Long Beach Club All Star at a whole
Yeah.
nother musical level than I ever. Like he died at like 42. A lot of my friends have passed away
Mm-hmm.
from drugs and alcohol, and
Mm-hmm.
from just that rock star life.
Yeah.
And I just, it's like you want to be remembered, but
Mm-hmm.
you want to make sure your family's okay, and you want,
Mm-hmm.
they always say like, oh, what are they going to say about you when you die?
Mm-hmm.
So I think about that and how I treat people,
Mm-hmm.
and you just want to die with grace, and you want to
Leave the world better than it was when before you came in it. And I think
yeah.
I thought I
And how do we
relate
know
so
what's
much
after?
to what
I'm
you're
so sorry to
saying.
interrupt, but
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. But like, what do we don't know what's after this. Nobody
No,
does.
nobody does. We
You
don't even
know.
know if we have
And
tomorrow.
yeah. So I mean, just and then look at technology too. I mean, this is a
Mm-hmm.
whole nother subject, but like
Yeah.
AI and
Yeah.
download our subconscious, our memories, and we might the human species, if we don't destroy this earth, is
Mm-hmm.
going to be living a lot longer than 100 years probably in the future. And so I think about these things all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't know. We remember Mozart, right? We
Yeah.
remember
Joan of
like
Arc,
people that
Da
yeah, and I
Vinci.
guess that just comes yeah. Hold on, Robin Williams.
Yes.
Freaking like I don't know. I just I think we need to embrace. I said something the other day, and I said like everything you think that's wrong with you or is different about you is what's perfect about you. And we can
Exactly.
get so caught up in like trying to like conform. Everyone wants a Tesla, and
Or
everybody's like,
division,
dude,
division, conformity,
yeah,
conformity, label, label, label. And what it really comes down to is what kind of a person you are. I mean,
right,
success is what you do, but character is who you are. And at the end of the day, you come into this world with nothing, you leave this world with nothing. So who you
hey,
are is everything.
amen. I
Yep.
love it. That's exactly. So yeah, I'm just the older I get, I'm trying to embrace all those ideas more, and we want to be happy. I love that. I love the saying, "Happy poor, happy rich."
Definitely.
Like you don't want your happiness to be based on conditions.
No, happiness starts with within. So the fact that you're grateful for everything you have and everything that you've done and what you've been able to help others do is what's going to bring you happiness and keep you positive. And the more you feed that and the more you live in that and enjoy the moment, the happier you'll be. Geez, Raj, we could definitely go on forever. It's been a
Oh,
true
wonderful.
blessing having you on the show,
Yeah,
but there is some sort of a time
too.
limit over here. So
Yeah,
I definitely would love to have you on again. And I just want to thank all my viewers out there who were here today to allow me to introduce my good friend Raj, who's an amazing entrepreneur and artist. And thank you so much for being here, Raj. And please like, share, and subscribe. That way you can stay tuned for this content and all new and upcoming content. And Raj, if you feel so led to go ahead and put this on your network as well so we could get the word out to everybody, I'm grateful.
Hey, good conversation goes a long way. So thank you, Maria. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. An inspiring conversation, which, you and I'm sure we could talk forever. So looking forward to having you back on the show again. And definitely don't be a stranger. Let's talk more soon.
Thank you, Maria.
You're welcome. Have a good one, Raj. Thanks so much. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow, what an amazing episode of the Maria Bruemmer Show. I am super excited. Oh, it's been a while since I talked to my good friend Raj, but definitely going to have to catch up with him more later, and I look forward to having him on the show again. And remember, if you're looking for funding to get started in business or invest in business or even get some real estate going, check out that description box below. Set up a free consultation with me, and I'll give you a call. And please subscribe. Thank you so much, and I appreciate it. Have a good day.